Hey, this is Josh from the All-American Spookshow podcast. Just like last week, we're going to forego our normal programming, so to speak. We usually have Deadline Horror News live here every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. East on our YouTube channel, where we just go over the latest horror headlines, box office reports, so on. But we've had a little bit of a scheduling mix-up, and not everyone is available. You know, we've got vacations going on, stuff going on with family and stuff, so in lieu of the normal Deadline Horror News, we're going to have another special here on the channel, just this live premiere video here, or, you know, if you're watching it later on, you know, either way. But basically, this coming up here in just a minute is going to be a kind of a teaser, just like we did last week, where we showed you what we do over on Patreon every Tuesday with our video minisodes with the Library of the Professor. This time, I'm just going to play a few minutes of two of the bonus podcasts that you get as a patron over on patreon.com/AASpookshow. The first one will be Spookshow Rewind, where the concept there is basically we go back and revisit the early episodes from the podcast archives. Back then, Donnie wasn't on the show, so this gives him an opportunity to kind of give his star ratings, his thoughts on those movies that we did before he came on. And also gives Will and Professor Smoke a chance to do the kill count and the gore score, which we didn't do back then either. So just a kind of a way to freshen up the old stuff and give a new perspective on some of that stuff. And the other bonus thing that we do over on Patreon, which is a big hit, we just started doing a couple months ago, is Crapsterpiece Theater. Every month we have a poll. All four of us each pick up a nominee, a craptacular movie, right? A crapsterpiece, and we leave a poll out on the socials for you, the fans, to decide what we're going to watch, and then the following month we watch it, and then, you know, do that bonus show over on patreon.com/AASpookshow. So far to date, we've done the Garbage Pail Kids movie, and we just recently did Nothing But Trouble, the Dan Aykroyd Chevy Chase flick from 1991. Pretty soon, sometime later in the month of May, this month, we will have our latest one, which was No Holds Barred, the Hulk Hogan classic, quote unquote. But anyways, we're going to give you we'll play a few minutes of Spookshow Rewind, and then we'll play a few minutes of Crapsterpiece Theater from the Garbage Pail Kids movie episode, just to give you a little small taste so you can get the flavor of what that's all about. And we want you to, you know, as you see on the bottom of the screen there, we want you to become a patron of the Spook Show. So go check it out today at patreon.com/AASpookshow. Help us out. You get a lot of cool stuff. These bonus episodes, those video minisodes that we teased last week, you also get early access to the podcast. The podcasts normally come out every Monday, wherever you get your podcasts, at 6 p.m. East. But if you're a patron at least the $5 level, you get it earlier than that. A day or two, sometimes 3 or 4 days early. So, yeah, there's a lot of perks, and plus a handful of other things. We have written articles by the professor, a few other cool things. So we highly encourage you, like you see on the bottom, to go check us out on Patreon. So without any further ado, I'll go ahead and toss to Spookshow Rewind. We're going all the way back to episode 2, which was Trick or Treat from 2007. So, Donnie, I guess... give us your initial thoughts. Well, first off, is this the first time you've sat down and watched this movie?
Yes. Yeah, I had never seen this before.
Whenever we watched it back then, I know, Smoke, you had seen it like a time or two before, but I had not watched it.
I thought it was, very creative, imaginative. I'd say, almost kind of had like a anthology type storyline, in the comic book element. Yeah, well, for all of the things I've mentioned previously, I liked this one. I really did. But, just like I mentioned a few minutes ago, there were spots that did kind of drag for me. But staying on the positive, I really did like this one. Give it 3.5 stars.
All right, so today we're going to determine whether the Garbage Pail Kids movie floats or is it explosive diarrhea. That's our new scale here on Crapsterpiece Theater. I mean, what can you really... I mean, here's my explanation of this movie. These fucking weird creatures called Garbage Pail Kids live in this guy's shop. Dodger is an orphan or whatever the fuck he is. He keeps hanging around. He basically uses the Garbage Pail Kids as to
Child
labor, quote unquote, to make fashion for him, so he can fashionable clothing, so he can impress this girl who's basically one step above a street urchin, to date him, just so because she's into selling fashion and shit, and she wants to be a big fashion designer. So like, he gets the Garbage Pail Kids to make these things for him. Meanwhile, there's this whole subplot thread thing going on with there's other Garbage Pail Kids that are being held in the home for the ugly. The state home for the ugly, right? Wasn't that the name of it?
Yeah.
Wasn't that right? Did I read that correctly? Like, there were supposed to be more there, and then when they finally go there, they're like, nope, they just fucking crushed them to death. they're gone. I'll just say it. Is this a floater, or is it diarrhea?
No, this is diarrhea. Immediately. This is just like, this was diarrhea before they even, started filming.
When the Topps Chewing Gum Company decided to make this.
Yeah, no, to me.
If you've seen Dumb and Dumber, and who hasn't, it's that scene. That's the explosive diarrhea. It's that. This movie is that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this movie to me is like throwing up out your ass. That's how bad it is.
It's ass puke.
This is going to drop one off and you got sick, and this is like your 18th time going to the bathroom. You're dry heaving.
Yeah, you're dry heaving out your butt, and what is coming out smells like burnt hair. That's Garbage Pail Kids.
Yeah.
The movie.
Yeah, so
I
consensus.
think, consensus is this is diarrhea.